everyone, Erica with K here. I wanted to do a video on the difference between selling on Poshmark and Etsy because I just got back onto selling on Etsy and I just noticed a lot of big differences between the two. I no longer sell on eBay. I had a video about this like a while ago talking about the difference between eBay and Poshmark, and I stopped selling on eBay a long time ago, so I'm not going to be referencing that, but I would say that eBay is more like selling on Etsy than it is on Poshmark. So Poshmark is super user friendly. You can literally like take pictures of things in real time and like put it in your listing. Like go into the app, take the pictures of the actual item and write a little description, write a little title, put in your price, and you can literally post it. So simple. When it sells, Poshmark will automatically send you a shipping label. So you literally print it and you put it on your package. The only thing is if it's a heavy package, you might have to upgrade the label and that'll come out of your funds. But it's really, really user friendly, and you don't have to be a reseller to sell on there. You don't have to be a reseller to sell on Etsy either, but it's just a little bit more complicated, I guess. So the listing process on Etsy, so I was trying to look at Etsy the same way I look at Poshmark, where it's like I'll just snap pictures, put them up, put up a little description, little title, get it done. I can do like, I don't know, at least 10 listings in like 10 minutes on Poshmark. It took me like all day to do 3 listings on Etsy because you can't save the listing when you're working on it unless certain parts of the Etsy listing is already filled out. So what I found is the best is to just take pictures of the item. So I take pictures of the item how I want them to be. I take pictures with like a tape measure on them to show the measurements. I take a video, I take, a picture of the quantity, I weigh it. I take all pictures of the weight, like when it's on the scale, and then later on I create the listings. So like pictures are done one day, listings are done another day. Where on Poshmark I could do it all at the same time, just like snap a picture and list it. It's so different on Etsy. On Etsy, you also have to go in and do the actual shipping label. If you do it through Etsy, you save like a ton of money, so I would definitely recommend that. And it's not like a complicated process. If you've shipped something before online, it's not hard to do. Like, I'm not trying to say it's complicated because it's not. But it's just more involved than if you're selling on Poshmark, where they just kind of send you a label and you print it and you stick it on your package and you're done. You have to put in like exact weights and measurements of the things. You also have to be mindful of the box that you're shipping in. Like on Poshmark, you can ship in flat rate boxes without paying the flat rate price because you're just paying the Poshmark price. On Etsy, you wouldn't be able to just ship in a flat rate box without shipping flat rate. So like those are just like the kind of little things that you have to be mindful. I'm gonna say it's very detailed Etsy, but not in a complicated way. But like you have to go through the steps of like listing, like who made this, what year was it made. Like you have to have all your information before you go like even try to list it. Primary color, secondary color, what category do you want this to go in? What is the measurement when it's in the box, and what is it gonna weigh? And just more detailed, more for like a small business or a reseller, or like somebody who's like selling something like handmade, because like my rock sells also on Etsy and I love it being on there. Etsy is more like a search engine. Poshmark does also come up in like searches, like if you do a Google search for something and you're selling it on Poshmark, it will come up. But Etsy itself is like a search engine, which is like kind of cool. Like you can like go, like, I don't know, I guess you can also do it on Poshmark. It's just a little bit different. I can't really explain the difference. If you know, you know. I would say the shipping is probably the main thing, and then the way I do my listings is kind of a big deal because one of them is like super streamlined, and the other way is like just a little bit more difficult to do. And I think they're both really great, safe platforms. Oh, Poshmark also takes 20% unless it's under $10. Then it takes, I think it's like $2.75 or something like that. Where Etsy, you have to pay per listing. So it's 20 cents per listing, and the listing lasts 3 months. Poshmark, your listing lasts indefinitely. Like it doesn't expire. You don't have to pay to list it. And then Etsy also takes out 6.5%. But if you're selling things, like that's a huge difference. 20 cents. It's only that you have to pay the 20 cents whether or not it sells. Where on Poshmark, you don't have a fee like that. But 20% versus 6.5 is a huge difference, like huge. And I like the fact that on Etsy, I could sell things for like $2. Where on Poshmark, I can't. You don't make any money. You make literally $0. If you sell something for $3 on Poshmark, you make 5 cents. $4, you make $1. So like it's just not worth selling really low things, and really high end things is just kind of really expensive. 20% is a lot of money to come out. Having said that, you don't have to pay any fees up front, which is cool, and you only have to pay when your item sells, where Etsy you do have to pay the 20 cents. And then when your listing expires in 3 months, you get charged with that 20 cents again. It is only 20 cents, but when you're doing a lot of items, it adds up. So just be mindful of that. And but like I said, you couldn't sell something for like $1 on Etsy. You could sell something for like 60 cents on Etsy. Whereas you literally cannot do that on Poshmark because there is no money to be made. So sometimes on Poshmark, I'll say like, add this to a bundle and get it for $1. Like I'll have it listed for $5. Like you can buy it by itself, or if you add it to a bundle over like $5, you'll get it for like $1. So I'll send you a price. I'll send you like a $6 thing if you know what I'm saying? That's the only workaround with Poshmark. But anyway, if you're gonna start out as a reseller, I would go on Poshmark. I think it's just a little bit easier. But Etsy is a great platform as well. So I'll have all my links down below. If you're new to Poshmark and you want to sign up, you can use my code and you'll get $10 off your first order. That's the story. If you guys have any questions on this, let me know. I love you guys and I'll see you later. Bye.